Hello, everybody, and thank you again for joining me today on this wonderful Wednesday morning. My name is Katie Stinson. I am the Senior Account Manager here at Boopsie. Um, Senior Planetary Account Manager also is an applicable title. So basically, I'm just going to kind of review some streaming media information that, stats, nationwide, global stats for streaming media, as well as, kind of some more information about how these integrations would fit into your library's app. Um, just kind of basic housekeeping. If you have any questions, I'll kind of go through them at the end of the webinar. Uh, I also have everybody on mute just in case there's like somebody burned popcorn in your office and unfortunately the fire alarm's going off, and that way like we're not out like going deaf, sadly, along with you. So just as a heads up, that's kind of where we're at. So let's go ahead and begin. Slide 2. So basically this is an overview. Like I said, we're going to look over, it says streaming music stats. It should just be streaming media stats. I'm kind of confusing. Also movie stats. Apparently I didn't save this properly, but basically I'm going to look at the streaming music and movie stats. I'll also take a look at some of our integrations like Freegal, Hoopla Digital, IndieFlix, and OverDrive Movies. Some of our upcoming customer webinars. It's super cool when coming out at the end of January. I don't believe I'll be hosting it, but we're kind of seeing where that's going to go. Also, early January, just talking about our ALA Midwinter conference and kind of going from there. So first things first, streaming music stats. I listen to music pretty much, don't really want to say 24/7, but probably closer to like 18/7. So pretty much anytime I'm awake, I will have some sort of music going. Here in the office, I use Pandora a lot. Just, it's an easy subscription service that I have with I can sit there and listen to my nice mixture of music without having to sit there and, like on YouTube, like go to different videos or, along those lines. And also it's a nice little mixture. I don't necessarily have all of my favorite songs on my phone. So just kind of looking at generic or like general stats for music across the US. So there was a survey by Nielsen that looked at, the music list, like who listens to music in the US. And they found that 91% of Americans listen to music. I don't know who those 9% are. It's kind of sad. There's lots of, a lot of good things out there, from rock and rap to hip hop and classical music. So there's really pretty much everything, something for everyone, which is why I definitely love music, and it has that calming vibe. And then it also can get you going. So, if you want to listen to Eye of the Tiger before a webinar to get pumped, then that's great. It's helpful. And then also, they're finding not only, do 91% of us listen to music, 44% of us listen to it on a smartphone in a typical week. My current phone has like no music on it, but I do have my previous phone before I upgraded, because I'm, an iPhone lover and they come up with new phones all the time. And so basically my old phone has just music on it. There's like 10,000 songs on there or something. So there's really something to kind of get through any kind of work day. And so this other chart over here is showing you there's an increase in people who are paying to subscribe to music services. Those are going to be like Pandora, Spotify, iTunes Music, Google Play's music store. And so, as you can see, like there's a huge increase, and it's just like the percentage of increase or the number of subscribers by millions. So, in 2014, there was 41 million people who have subscription services, as compared to the 28 million in 2013. So that's almost, doubling subscription use in just 1 year, which is pretty epic. I'd love to see what the 2015 stats are, see if music's still, the streaming music has still stayed strong, especially with the release of Apple's music program as well. So we're going to flip over to streaming movie stats. And there is a reason why we're going over these, but let's go into these ones. I have a smartphone. I don't have a tablet, so I kind of use my phone for a lot of videos and stuff, especially on conferences and just like that travel, like having that available to use. So as you can see, this is just kind of like 3 different kind of little graphs here. Well, 2 graphs and 1 little blurb. But so 59% of global viewers watch video programming on their mobile device because they find it convenient. I totally agree. I like having, my phone available and opening up, my app and then saying, oh, look, like I can watch the King's Speech on my way to Midwinter, or, anything that you really want to pull up on your phone. And then it's looking at, the average minutes per week usage of Americans on their tablets and their smartphones. So 38, an average of 38 minutes per week is being, sorry about that. Let's rewind a little bit. So Americans are watching videos on their smartphones an average of 38 minutes per week as compared to 65 minutes per week on their tablets. Just, it's the convenience of the size. If you have a tablet, like it's bigger, obviously. Although if you have some of the bigger like phablet phones, then you get into more along the lines of then it's a little bit more comparable size of screen dimension and real estate. And so these are looking at subscription services like Netflix and HBO Go, and then also YouTube, which really isn't a subscription service, but they do have a lot of videos available. I know my brother is 13, so he totally loves YouTube, and he's on there. He's watching everything from music videos to trailers for new movies coming out, and then of course his little walkthrough demos for video games, which I find absolutely hilarious that people sit there and kind of walk through the games with you and like how they're going through everything, which is kind of cool, and they have storylines and everything. But also, another really interesting fact was that in 2010, Netflix had 0.5% of the revenue share, and we're looking at the Amazon, their streaming movies subscription service, iTunes, and their downloadable videos that they have on there. Google, Windows, like all these other big, humongous platforms. So they had 0.5%. A year later, that 0.5% jumped all the way up to 44%. So Netflix is king. Like, this is old data, and I would love to see. I wasn't able to find anything more recent, but I'd love to see what the 2014 percentage of that share is, especially because pretty much everyone has a Netflix subscription service. I know I have one. I've had mine since pre-college, or well, since college. I started out with it. I loved it. It was a great way to kind of like decompress after finals or after a really like big essay or paper that I had to do. So why are we looking at these stats? It's basically what it's just saying is that, look, like there's so many subscription services out there that you can register for your library with that helps take some of the like financial burden out of these subscription services. We know people are using them. They love the streaming music. They love the streaming movies. But a lot of us, like, it's kind of a financial burden. So if you kind of look on the other side, there's services like Freegal and Hoopla, and OverDrive has movies and I'm not sure about music, definitely movies, and IndieFlix is also. It's kind of nice little mixture of them. So we're just going to go over some of our integration. So Freegal, these are kind of screenshots of the Freegal apps themselves as they're loading. I didn't have any credentials. My library doesn't subscribe to Freegal at this time, so I wasn't able to log in right away. But just kind of showing you like what that looks like, and then once you log in, then they have all the like albums that can be downloaded or streamed, as well as the movies that can be streamed. And so it just depends on what contract you have with Freegal about whether or not, or which patrons can stream or download, and then how many items can be downloaded per week, which is really cool. And it's not just like, oh, like you get to download this for like 2 hours. You get to download this for pretty much ever, which I think is really cool. I have a lot of music on my phone, like I said, and so it's nice to be able to continue that subscription. And these, for Freegal right now, we have both an app-to-app integration. So once you're in your library's app, you click Freegal and it boops you right over into the Freegal Music or Movies app. But we also have, we can also include just a link to your Freegal website, whichever you prefer. I know there's some libraries that do prefer the website as opposed to the mobile app, and that's totally cool. We're totally, we'll work with you on however you want to do this. Hoopla Digital. I'm slightly biased. I like Hoopla. Last year for ALA Midwinter, I actually downloaded a couple of titles and was able to watch them on my flight out to Chicago. As you can see, this is actually kind of the screenshots of like when I was going through and getting ready to download these. So they are a little bit more outdated films. I know they have more updated or more recent videos available than The Man Who Stared at Goats and Locomotive. But, these are really cool. They have a lot of different titles available, everything from Hollywood blockbusters to best-selling artists' albums. You might have slaughtered that spelling or pronunciation. I really like it. It's a clean app. It's really easy to use. Basically, you log in and then you access your resources. So that's really cool. We have an app-to-app integration for them. Again, it's kind of, you can either download or stream. I believe I had the ability to download the title, which is really awesome. And then, of course, at the end of your subscription, it goes back just like any other kind of electronic resource. Well, most other electronic resources. Next one is IndieFlix. I wasn't able to quickly get a screenshot of it, so we have this nice little really logo. I love the colors that are in it. For IndieFlix, there's over 8,000 indie films that you can choose from. And, it's broken down so you can find, genre, international, if you want, something about comedy, if you wanted to go with the Spanish film, like you can find that on there. I'm really excited about that too. Sadly, my library doesn't have it yet, but looking out for that one, hopefully. I'm a big indie film fan for a lot of Spanish films. So that would be really cool to have access to. Again, there is the ability that you could purchase a subscription through IndieFlix. I think it's a nominal fee, nominal monthly fee. But if you have your library has a subscription, your patrons have free access to these titles, which is pretty cool. At this time, IndieFlix does not have an app as far as I know. So we do have our integration with IndieFlix is basically just a link in an embedded browser, or it'll be a link out, so it would be launched from your app to your phone's dedicated browser. And the last service is going to be OverDrive Movies. So this is actually from the Los Angeles Public Library, a screenshot of their subscription. They're actually they were their first customer that's using the OverDrive Movies platform, which is pretty cool. So you can stream everything from like the titles that you see there, including things like Inspector Gadget and Gift of the Magi. But yeah, so it's really cool features. You can download it, check it out, watch it. It's really cool. The demo they show on your website to kind of tell you if your phone or whatever is has enough data, can pull enough data to or Wi-Fi is strong enough. The preview they have is for The Men Who Stare at Goats, which I just really liked the ad for it, the trailer. I thought it was strange. So that was kind of cool. Right now, our integration for OverDrive does not include the movie section. I believe that's coming soon, but at this time we can definitely add a link to your OverDrive collection. So if they want to access their movies or any other features that they have available that are not books and ebooks and audiobooks, then we can always include that as well. I know we have a couple of libraries that are like, here's your browse ebooks, browse audiobooks, browse the entire collection, and then kind of go from there. All right, so that kind of was a pretty much overview of kind of like some of the streaming media providers that we have available. So our upcoming webinars, here's 2 of them. I'm probably going to have another one between these 2 webinars. I just haven't gotten the creative juices flowing enough to get what I'm going to write about or kind of post about. So on Wednesday, December 30th, it's going to be the final showdown of the Optimum versus Optimum Plus, possibly a new package tier as well that would kind of review as something new that's out there and that's available. So basically what this is going to do is going to look at every single feature that you can get with an Optimum or an Optimum Plus feature set, and then kind of like differentiate the two, because I know that's a big question, is like, what's the difference? I'm at Optimum. A lot of the stuff is similar, but you get what's different with this Optimum Plus feature set. And so it's really going to be that kind of breakdown and easy to see overview. I'll also probably have a handout with that webinar as well, just so that you have like a nice clean little chart that says, yes, this is included in this package. Yes, this is this is what's included in this other package. Also, really excited, on Wednesday, January 27th, we're going to have a super top secret app enhancements webinar. So that's going to be looking at all of our really cool new features that we're going to have slated for next year. So as of right now, there's going to be some like catalog improvements and like kind of like the functionality improvements, as well as some cool new features. I'm super excited about it. Super top secret, so mum's the word. I don't believe I'll be giving that. I think our VP and General Manager, Megan Vizzini, should be providing or hosting that webinar. But I'm sure it's going to be super cool, so definitely stop in. Last but not least, we're going to be at ALA Midwinter. Again, it's awesome. It's going to be in Boston, and so as a Michigander and Midwesterner, I'm really excited to be able to go to Boston and hopefully see some winter weather again. Like last year's Midwinter. Also really excited to see my fellow Californians out there and seeing how they're doing in the Boston weather. But yeah, if it's anything like an El Nino winter, it'll probably be good for them. So definitely be sure to stop by booth 1503 to meet with our team in person. Tony Medrano, our president here at Boopsie, will be giving a speech during what is it? There will be a speech available from Tony that you can attend. I believe it's on Friday. I'm not 100% sure at the time at this point. We will be sending out a press release just to give you more information about it. So he'll be there. Megan's going to be there. I'll be there. Ray and Michelle, who are both of our salespeople, are going to be there. So it's going to be lots of people. Really fun. And hopefully, you'll be able to stop by and say hi, drop in, maybe be able to give you a little bit of a sneak preview of our awesome webinars that are coming up. As well as, I will have more stuff available for you at that point if you have any questions. That's kind of the end of my webinar. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at sales@boopsie.com. If you want to add any of these features, just let me know. You can email through sales@boopsie.com, or you can email me directly at katie@boopsie.com. Webinar is going to be posted at www.boopsie.com/customer-webinars. Again, Katie Stinson here, Senior Account Manager. You can reach me at 650-241-3300, extension 9. We're going to take a quick second, look and see if we have any chats coming in into the webinar box. I'm not seeing anything in here. Just as a quick preview though, or not preview, just as a quick tidbit, if you are interested in adding any of these features, let me know. We'll look at your contract, see, if there'll be an upgrade needed or anything. But yeah, awesome. Well, thank you all for attending. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And I believe my next webinar will be after the holidays. So if you, if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a great Christmas. If you don't, have a happy holiday. And I'll talk with you on December 30th. So yay, have a great one, you guys.